Yeah. Yeah.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Chop Talk, a show where Andre and we just sit here, we pick a topic, and we chop it up, we talk about it. I'm your host, Melball. That's your host, Andre. Andre, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great, and we're here to talk about some Top Talent Pro Wrestling.
Top Talent! And today we also have a special guest on with us to review the Top Talent show. He was there with us to take in all of the excitement. The one, the only Omen fan. What's up, Eric? How are you doing today?
Doing quite all right. It's a pretty decent day, besides a little wind, but that's normal.
Gotta like the shirt on the wall in the back there. Shout out to Arrow Boy. Was at the
Absolutely.
First Top Talent show there. We got to see the Omen wrestle him in a lucha libre style match. What a match that was.
That was a hell of a match.
Well, we had a great card from this show. I thought it was a pretty wonderful card overall. I missed the first 1.5 matches because I had to work till the start of the show. But what I got to see was amazing. Yeah, very much so. But yeah. No, I think honestly, Top Talent always puts on a hell of a card. This is what their third show we've been to. I want to say.
I believe so. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right here, Top Talent Wrestling. The banner's never really had a name, but I thought this was like a $2 hot dog or something. I can't remember
the name. $2 steak.
No, that was the last one.
No, that was this one.
It? Oh,
I don't know. Last one. They don't really name them. We just know the next one's the Christmas special.
I thought this was like a $2 something about a hot dog, but yeah, hot dog and a handshake. I don't know, but honestly, wonderful show. I thought.
Shave and a haircut, one toonie.
Yeah.
We got to take in some of the incredible talents of the legend that is Charlie Haas. We got introduced to Dark Sheik. Unfortunately, the guy in white there was unable to be at the show. There was some confusion with the airlines, unfortunately. Go Air Canada, failing us again.
That's 2 shows in a row now, though.
You know what? At some point, we need to start blaming Air Canada and not just Canada at this point.
Last time, I think Davey's issue was just, I think he couldn't make it, but that's a different story. But yeah.
Regardless, let's get into the amazing show that we got to take in this night, starting off with Coco Flash and T.Y. Jackson. T.Y. Jackson obviously is the briefcase holder and has a claim, so to speak, for a contract, so to speak, to go against Ava Lawless for her Top Talent Championship there. Man, this match was a very interesting match. I don't know what it was I was expecting. I've never seen Coco Flash before, but these two had a very good, high-impact, high-energy match that showcased both their talents very, very well. Eric, what did you think about this one?
Honestly, a bit. Like, the fans were kind of mostly behind Coco in this match. It was pretty entertaining. Like, obviously, you have T.Y. Jackson as kind of like your heel, and you got now Coco as your new kind of babyface for the event.
And he put on a really, really good show. He came out there acting completely as I would expect a face to, very smiley, very engaging with the crowd, very interesting character. He made a fan out of me. I personally enjoyed his entrance, his gear, everything about him seemed very professional. But that being said, also T.Y. Jackson, I mean, he won the briefcase for a reason there. He's a unparalleled kind of an athlete there, though he's not as pretty as Coco, maybe.
No, and that was like a 8-person ladder match?
6
for the briefcase.
I think it was a 6, yeah. But I'm very disappointed I missed this show because this is one of the ones when we got advertised. I'm like, because I've seen multiple videos of Coco Flash with the stuff with NEW. I got to see one recently with him and with Harlan Abbott over in NEW, and I was like, I really, really did want to see this match, but again, I had to work till 7 p.m. and this show started at 7. And so by the time I got there, this one was already long past done. They were into the second match, so I was a little bit disappointed there.
Next time, work won't get in the way.
I hope not, but you never know.
Moving on to the second match of the night, which was quite the cluster of a interesting match. We had a three-way.
You can see my great editing skills here, like, from the original poster, and then me having to add in Orion and Lil Blake, because man, the original team, one of the original teams was not in this match.
And this one kind of caught me by surprise. Again, I wasn't expecting to see these two. So when their music hit, I was kind of like, why is that, like, who is that snitch guy with the rainbow hair and the chiclet teeth? I was like, why is he here? And then I realized that, oh no, it's Blake. It's Blake. I know who that was. These guys, I believe they've been on tour back and forth, going to Mexico for training, and also coming back and forth with RCW. I personally enjoyed their stuff, though I will say, definitely came in with that total heel energy, taking out Riley Rose right at the start there. She was down for a good chunk of that match after that one spot that she took, but he dropped her on the ring apron. It's not surprising. Now, Eric, what do you think of this match?
Like you said, like having those, John Orion and Little Blade, they come out, and when Kevon Hayes and Relentless Riley Rose came out, they attacked right away. Riley, like, she was like out. And like in the end, like the match was like when you had Kevon Hayes versus like what's his face, Jesse Young, like two like strong athletes faced off against each other. It was like a really good match in the end.
And I believe Kevon Hayes also got Azrael up for a suplex at one point in the match. Shout out Kevon Hayes dropping her new gear. You can kind of get it wherever she is going to be performing, so that you can support your local wrestler.
Eric's got it too.
And what a cute little anime girl she's got on there. Her gear looks just like it. So cute. But yeah, this match was a very.
I got here for the finish.
What did you think of what you saw then, Andre?
The few minutes that I did get to see, I was actually really impressed. Like, I got it. When I walked in, I came up to you guys. I'm looking at the ring, looking. I'm like, who the hell? Because I noticed Kat, I noticed her, but I'm like, who's the heck that is that girl? And then I realized, oh, that's Lil Blade. And I felt really, really bad because I was like, I know this gentleman. I've actually known him for a bunch of years when he was working up with CWE and a little bit with Monster Pro years ago.
Okay.
I think the guy's a phenomenal. I just didn't realize. I saw the pink and everything, and I really wasn't sure. And then I'm like, oh shit, that's Blade. And I really do apologize, Lil Blade, because I'm a fan of this guy. I think he's quite a good talent. But yeah, it's really. And then I thought the end of it was Azrael hitting. Was it Azrael hit the? Who won this match? I can't remember. Or Giant Orion hit Jesse with like a razor's edge. Yeah. And Blake came off the top with Senton or something and got the win.
Yeah. I was going to say the team that we weren't expecting to be in the match was the team that won.
Again. Go ahead, Eric.
No, like you had even Giant Orion and Azrael do like a chop fight. That was insane. Just hearing the massive hands chop each other.
Tender as them titties.
Okay, you need a poster or a shirt saying that.
That's become a quote for this show, man. Just two big men slapping meat. That's what it was. So
pretty much. But I do got to shout out Azrael. I mean, how amazing is it to see him back in the ring after so long? But he looks so good. He has gotten in such good shape. He's come in with Jesse. He's kind of being very, very dominant, but almost silently dominant in his kind of entrance to top talent. I'm very excited to see what it is that he's got coming for us.
Yeah, me too. I really, because if you look at towards the end of his PWA run, he was really getting big, but like, and I've had this conversation with him. He got big everywhere, more or less. Wasn't really like toning up properly, where now he's looking just shredded in every which way. He's looking just jacked as hell. Like I think he probably me and him had a conversation after the show. He's probably in the best shape he's been in any of his professional wrestling career right now. And I think this guy's got I think he's still got a good chunk of time in front of him too.
100%. We did see him at the after party. Andre, did you see him at the after party? Yeah. Also, I did tell him, your gear is fitting loose, man. You got to get some new gear.
Yeah, he's gonna get tight. It's got to get something to tighten it up, right? So something, yeah.
So moving on to the next match of the night was a singles match where we spent most of the time trying to figure out the guy's name.
How do you not know Nasty Nate Nixon's name? Jeez.
Hey, we posted the video of us dancing, which Eric was featured in to the Melball Collins fan page there, dancing to Nasty Nate's intro. We know
I love that. I love that song so much. I have that song on my phone. It's in like multiple of my regular playlists. I listen to that song regularly. I'm obsessed with him. But I am a huge fan of Dalton Rogue. I think this kid, he's like, I think only like 21, maybe. He's quite young, 21, 22, I think around there. And yeah, like he excels. I've been watching him since he was a kid working in Monster Pro Wrestling. And I honestly, like both these guys really, again, both are former Monster Pro Wrestling guys. I don't know if I think they crossed over a little bit there, but both moved on to RCW and now here with Top Talent. I think personally, both have evolved incredibly in their career. Dalton Rogue has just become like this incredible high flyer, but also great in-ring technician, while Nasty Nate Nixon has just become one of the best, like, pure brawler technicians in this company.
I have to agree. Nasty Nate was one of those people who wasn't really on my radar until I started watching RCW a little bit more solidly last year. And at that point in time, he was still a pretty solid heel over there. To see him in a matter of months just market himself, say the right things, do the right things, suddenly he's one of the most over faces that company has. They got to work with that good thing that they have, and Top Talent clearly is going to do the same. But Dalton Rogue, it's not so roguish. I don't know. As someone who plays as a rogue in the fantasy world, I'd like to see some more lock picking. I'd like to see maybe some dual wielding going on. But to have the a couple matches that I've seen with Dalton Rogue, just got to get out of the habit of calling him Rouge, because I was calling him Rouge for so long. I have to agree. Again, young talent. You can tell that the heart is there. You can tell that the drive is there. I'm very excited to see what both of these guys are going to come up with. Eric, what did you think about this match?
It was honestly a really enjoyable match. Like, everyone pretty much sang his Nasty Nate Nixon's entrance theme. Then you have this solid, hard-hitting match. Like, I have some pictures that, like, I had Nasty Nate Nixon do, like, a shoulder tackle to Dalton. I had, like, a perfect time for that. And even, like, Dalton just trying to do a chop to Nate, and he just Nate took off his shirt and just, like, absorbed all those chops Dalton was trying to throw at him.
Yeah, at one point they also got into a nice chop battle where I was just yelling, tenderize them titties. And I almost feel that there was some better tenderizing of titties on this match than there was in the big meaty men match beforehand. But that could just be that these guys were both really trying to show up and show out for the crowd. At the end of the night, I believe it was Nasty Nate who actually got the win over Dalton, but not before he did Andre in one of my personal favorite moves, which I always forget the name of, which is that German sliding out the ropes thing that Ishimori always does.
I just call it a slide out the rope German, or you just kind of go under the bottom rope, grab the guy, and just slam him like literally neck first onto the mat. It's pretty brutal in my opinion.
100%. And one of my, again, personal favorite moves. I knew I could recognize the setup for it. I got a really good recording of it, but unfortunately my just excitement afterwards, you got this like beastly sounding at the end of it when he actually hit it. So I apologize again for my aggressive excitement about this move being pulled off. Again, one of my personal favorites. But moving on to the next match of the night.
Before we move on, I do want to shout out Rogue Energy at the bottom. You can see the the link rolling across the bottom. If you go to brogueenergy.com, use OLE pods, you get 10% off your order. And once I get rid of the banner here, you'll be able to scan the QR code. It takes you right to the site, and yeah, see the QR code. OLE pods get 10% off your order. But now we're going to move on to the next match.
Which, of course, I had special interest in, which included Dean Richter, the Omen, Gabriel Lestat, and the Lion Warrior, Bobby Sharp. Man,
the boobs!
The boobs. Booby. And let's just talk about the elephant in the room right now, or the non-elephant in the room. How amazing does Bobby Sharp look right now? You wouldn't know that the guy had hip surgery.
Looks a million times like amazing.
Best shape of his life if we're talking about it. And man, what an intro for the Omen there, coming out in a casket, a little spooky. You got some little minions there.
It was different. It felt like, and again, I don't mean to compare it completely, but very Alistair Blackish, how he used to come out and rise up. It was more of the platform rising him up, but he was surrounded by the candles and everything. So it kind of had that same kind of feel with him opening the casket and getting up out of the casket. Had that same kind of feel to Alistair Black, but I really liked it. It's then something different too, and he's evolving the entrance, evolving the character. I really did like that.
But let's also not take. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
Well, it's like you got the Omen Gabriel, like you're a vampire for the leader of the Vampire Nation, and it's October the event. What's in October? You got Halloween. So what a perfect way to make an entrance.
Absolutely. But let's not also take away from that third competitor, Dean Richter. I know Andre is not particularly a fan.
Are you kidding me? I love Dean Richter.
Okay.
You're great. I will boo him. Don't get me wrong, but I appreciate what that man can do in a wrestling ring.
Good, because I was going to say, that man, he put on a hell of a show. But man, that kick he took at one point from the Omen at one point looked woof. Ouchies.
I'll say I've been very impressed. Like Gabriel, and like since he went to Mexico, was it 3 or 4 years ago? He went down to Mexico to train for a while. A couple of years ago. And since he's come back, I have seen just a pure evolution in everything that Gabriel has done. The kicks are just that much crisper and just stronger. Like his in-ring has just gotten better and better. I know part of that is working out at the Top Talent Wrestling Academy and helping with that stuff there. So you're always going to get better by training the future. But and then him adding the Destino, I just absolutely love him using Destino. And I got to scream Destino twice that night. I was so happy about that.
And what an appropriate move that the leader of the spooky stuff also does the Destino. So nice little homage there. And hey, with Los Ingobernables clearly taking resumes, let's send them notes. At the end of this match, though, I believe it was the Omen picking up a fairly dominant win over Bobby Sharp after he had to really kind of distance himself from the rest of the people. We saw him throwing Dean Richter in that casket up on the stage, having to move him away from the ring to be able to get that pin on Bob. But then I believe Gabriel also got tossed off the stage, and then it was followed up with a splash from Bob. I mean, these guys went all out for this match. But again, the Omen just showing why he's the vampire and blah, blah, blah.
In the end, Destino!
It was great.
Shout out to Kevin Kelly. Eric, what do you think? Your name on everything social media is the Omen fan. Like I bring
for a solid reason.
What did you think about the Omen's match, man?
Like I said, you got the perfect entrance for the October Tougher Than $2 Steak / Halloween kind of supposedly themed event for the leader of the Vampire Nation. Then like you said, with having Dean Richter getting dragged away, well, while he was getting dragged away, the girl's biting Dean Richter's neck to suck his blood so he could get into the casket. And then, like you said, with the splash onto off the stage from Bobby to Gabriel on the floor was another solid wow moment. And then afterwards, sportsmanship with Gabriel is amazing. Past 3 matches of his, he's always been offered to do a handshake. We can see even like when Bobby raised Gabriel's hand like, in honor, like you could tell Gabriel was hurt from that match, but it was a hell of a match.
Nothing like a good guy vampire coming out every once in a while. Blade can't be the only one.
No, you gotta have multiple vampires. Come on, more vampires.
So moving on to our next match. Took me a while to figure out who this guy was. We have Hey Abbott. We got the Harlan Abbott versus the pretty boy, Travis Williams, or the Golden Boy. Is that what he's called?
Golden Boy, Travis
Golden Boy. I know him pretty boy.
Yeah, so me and Eric are more familiar with Travis, being he has worked at a few Love Pro Wrestling shows, and me and Eric have attended. So yeah, he's from British Columbia, working for the NEW promotion and others. Don't get me wrong, not just them, but and I thought this kid is phenomenal. I think he's like 22, still super early in his career, but I see so much potential in him, and like going toe to toe with Harlan Abbott and keeping up with Harlan Abbott is something. Like, yes, he's younger, but Harlan Abbott has a gas tank like you wouldn't believe in a wrestling ring. And honestly, these two in there together, I thought they were absolutely phenomenal. And this is the match we weren't even originally going to get, because Travis was going to be in a 4-way, but with I can't remember the gentleman's name, not making the show. Travis got moved into here to face Harlan. I think I absolutely love this match.
The Atlas, the one who couldn't make it.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember his name, but the guy that couldn't make Atlas, or I can't remember his name, but yeah, I hope it comes like. But yeah, this great replacement. Let's say great replacement for him and Travis Williams for this match.
Eric, what'd you think of this one?
Like, for me, it was like after we had the Gabriel match, yet Golden Boy Travis Williams coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be the 4-way. So I didn't realize on social media they announced it earlier. And then it's like, wait a second, Harlan Abbott's coming out facing Travis Williams. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, like I honestly, it was a pretty solid match. Like Andre was saying, like, having Travis Williams, a pretty youngster, but like he's he's kept up really well with Harlan throughout that whole match.
100%. And these guys tore the house up. They took it all over the place, outside, inside, on the stage, up the stage, down the stage, everywhere. At the end of it,
everywhere we go.
Call back.
Good. I like that.
Don't get us copyright violated, Mel.
Hey, I don't sound that much like him. At the end of this one, though, I believe it was Harlan Abbott who was miraculously able to pull up a pin on Travis Williams here to end the match. And again, what a great match this was. Moving on from here, I believe it was it the which?
We went to intermission. Come on.
Oh yes, yeah. We needed a bathroom break.
That's when I got to meet Charlie Haas. And damn it, I don't have my Charlie Haas picture with me. I said I was going to hold it up during this, like when he came on, but I forgot to bring it. Damn it! It's upstairs. I'm not going to go to
going back to the triple threat take team after Little Play and Big Orion won. We also had another take team debut.
Oh
yes, the tattooed guys.
Who were they? It's the guy with the two bald guys. One had a mustache. I don't know who they were.
And a fancy mustache. He looked like one of those fancy British fighters who would fight you with his hands like this.
I'm just trying to find. I have an image of their names.
Okay, I was gonna say, Eric, you brought them up. You better know who they are, dude.
I didn't write these down. It's my fault.
Shame.
Yeah, that's the one thing. You bring something up.
Jake Craig, I got it. Jake Craig and Graham Park.
Graham Parker and Jake Craig. Okay. So they debuted after the match, essentially facing off with Lil Blay and John Orion and running them out of the ring. Yeah. I apologize for forgetting about it, but yeah. Again, I don't know what to expect from these gentlemen. Never seen them wrestle before. Don't know where they come from, but they're here in Top Talent Wrestling, looking like they're going to be a new tag team for the company.
But are they though? I mean, we did see that one UFC fighter who did confront Mitch Clark at the inaugural show, and that has not also been followed
I
upon.
thought you were going to say white shirt, but I'm thinking
No. After white shirt.
Yeah, but Tanner Boser is a current contracted UFC fighter. He can't get technically involved in professional wrestling more than doing. It's the same kind of thing that TNA had way back in the day when they had Adam Pac-Man Jones, where he was there, but he couldn't actually get physical. Because like if you actually look at what Tanner Boser did on that show, he pretty much punched him and put him down. He didn't like do anything more physical than that. That's the thing. So yeah.
But even still, how much money did they waste bringing him in to do that when they could have actually had a worker? And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how these guys go, and we'll kind of see if there's any kind of moving forward in that. But getting back into the wrestling, who cares about the intermission?
Wrestling!
We got into the ladies match. We had the Dark Sheik versus Ava Lawless for the Top Talent Championship. And this match was kind of was it a hardcore match or kind of anything goes match?
No holds bar / hardcore.
No holds bar. Yeah, okay.
I hate the phrase "no holds barred." I disagree with what everybody believes that match to be. No holds being barred means you can use any hold. It doesn't mean you can use a weapon. A weapon is not a hold. I
mean, take it up with management. So then we got into this one. We brought out the Dark Sheik to challenge Ava Lawless. We had doors, we had chairs, and we had a pumpkin. Let's get into this action. Wow. Never did I ever think that I would be a fan of pumpkins in any capacity except for pumpkin seeds. But here we are.
Pumpkin pie. Come on. Pumpkin season.
I hate pumpkin pie. So
more for me.
Yeah, take it. All of it. So getting into this match, Dark Sheik was someone who I had kind of briefly seen a little bit in clips and stuff on Instagram, involving a lot more of a hardcore stuff. So I did kind of assume that this kind of match and styling was something kind of right up her alley. I'd never seen Ava Lawless perform in something like this, so this was kind of going to be an introduction for myself personally in seeing her in this style of match. And I personally don't feel I was let down at all. There was one point where Andre and we talked about this briefly afterwards. We saw Ava do something that we see quite a bit on Stardom. We mentioned it in our Stardom review. Ava doing the cartwheel into, was it the power bomb in the corner?
Yeah, Natsupoi's cartwheel into like a power bomb and then rolls into the pin. I thought she did it very, very well. Like I've seen and no slag on Ava. I've been watching Stardom girls who especially Natsupoi, who does it. That's one of her regular moves. Who does it so smoothly. Ava did it I thought so smoothly, and I don't know if it was what she was going for, but it's exactly what it looked like to me. The the flip into the power bomb. I thought it was really good. But I have seen Ava about a year and change ago when she was part of Clandestine Society. Or whatever the group was called at the time, when they had this giant brawl at RCW. It was just went everywhere in the building. It was kind of insane. So this is probably the second time I've seen Ava do a crazy weapons hardcore match. And
interesting.
Yeah, I really when I saw this match, I had to run to the bathroom partway through, but I got to see most of it. But yeah, honestly, I missed the pumpkin spot, which makes me so mad. But that's the only true thing I had done in this match that I missed. And I'm so pissed because I'm in the bathroom. I couldn't hold it anymore, and all I hear is them chanting. And I don't want to say what they were chanting, but they were chanting pumpkin something. And I'm like, why are they chanting pumpkin?
Lady of the night. We'll say Lady of the night.
Pumpkin lady of the but something and. But the entire match, I thought both these ladies were absolutely phenomenal, and great treat to see Dark Sheik. Again, I've seen her through online through Hood Slam and other companies over on the West Coast. I've seen her do some great stuff, and getting to see her wrestle in person, I thought wonderful treat, and getting to chat with her after the show at the after party was a wonderful treat. Just to sit down and have a conversation with her too.
Eric, what do you think of this match?
was honestly a really solid match. Like I said, you have like Ava Lawless, your top talent champion, which is a beautiful title, by the way. Saw that title at the first show. It's actually quite large and heavy title. Like I said, it was a really solid match. You had Ava Lawless spear Dark Sheik through a door, not a table, a door. There was like what? Like
door. Stealing from the NVR.
Yeah, you had like 2 or 3 doors. Like you had a couple chairs. Like then Andre missed out the pumpkin smash. And yeah, it was a solid match in the end. And yeah, in the end, Ava Lawless retains the championship. But afterwards, you had, of course, Mr. T.Y. Jackson interrupt.
It just that dude. This is what, the second time he's done it now, and like my bet I think he was beating up on Ava. Then he sets up a table between two, or door between 2 chairs, and then off the top, here comes Sheik. Leg drops his ass through the table, and I was just like, yeah.
That was a great moment, yeah. And of course, at this point, it was announced that who Ava would be fighting at the Christmas special happening on December 22nd, again at Midway Music Hall. It's going to be Ava the Lawless, as Eric called her there. It's going to be Ava Lawless versus Masha Slamovich, Impact Superstar Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for this. I can't wait. I'm a big Ava fan, but man, I'm looking forward to seeing Masha get in there and crushing some stuff. But again, as Eric mentioned, TY did feel that he needed to get his piece in there. He kind of got told, and again, he slinks away with his little briefcase until the next time. Keep holding on to that.
I really think you shouldn't have the briefcase anymore, because I considered that almost a cash in that he failed at. So, in my personal opinion.
Well, we'll argue that with him at another show.
Hey, at least he didn't slip into the ring this time.
You can see some more of my great editing skills.
So moving on to the next match, we had Larry the Lumberjack, the Colton Kelly, and the white shirt. What is this guy's name? Is it
William Taylor?
William Taylor. Why do I say
That's
Kevin?
What Eric let me know about that. I couldn't believe I forgot that man's name. I was very mad at myself for that one.
You should be. You've been going on about him since we saw it.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a white shirt on December 22nd. So
again, very happy to see Larry back in wrestling. I haven't seen him in a very, very long time. He used to work out at the gym that I actually used to work at. So nice to see him again. Wasn't nice to see his attitude, though. He could leave that Rad's attitude somewhere else. Always love seeing Colton Kelly, the cutthroat that he is. His gear is just awesome. His jacket is just amazing. Shout out to Marissa who painted the back of his coat there. And Taylor, man, we have watched him kind of evolve from this person who just got worked over by Mitch Clark in the first show to picking up the win in this match. You guys, what happened?
No idea. Geez. Like for me, my prediction was going to have cutthroat Colton Kelly destroy Lumberjack Larry Woods and white shirt William Taylor for another great victory. But in the end, you get a surprise. White shirt William Taylor takes the win.
Yeah, I was very surprised and very happy by this because I again, like I said, I've been a pretty big fan of white shirt since he showed up, getting his ass kicked by Mitch Clark, then showing up last month, having a great showing. I very much enjoyed this gentleman. It's a very MMA amateur wrestling base of wrestling of style that he has. From the way he walks, the way he moves, I am fairly sure this gentleman has an MMA background or like an amateur wrestling background, similar to what Mitch Clark has. And man, like, just I very much enjoy seeing him, and he's very, very much fun to watch. He's very intense, but then nothing to take away. Like Colton Kelly, I have been watching this guy since he was a kid. Again, another one I've been watching since he was a kid. And again, I watched him grow up in this business. I'm very good friends with his father, and I think like he has just become one of the most entertaining pro wrestlers in the Alberta independent scene today. I I never say so much good about him because he does everything so well. His intensity is there. But then you have the lumberjack Larry Woods, who I'm a big fan of with his association with the Rads. I've been a fan of Larry for a lot of years, and going back to his MPW days, I've been a fan. And I think he's getting better and better as he gets better at being the bad guy.
I did find his little saw move there very interesting. I hadn't seen that in person. I've seen it online a few times, but not in person before. I had no idea what was going on for the first 3 saws, and then the light bulb came on. I do have to agree with you, Andre, about the white shirt guy. You know, he has a very, I would almost say, traditional wrestling styling to me. He reminds me of someone out of the 80s with his almost technical traditional wrestling, and I'm loving it. I'm a big fan of that styling. It's almost like what technical wrestling has kind of evolved into today. I really, really like it. I'm a big fan also. I'm looking forward to see what he has to offer going forward, especially with this win. This sets him up for maybe a bit bigger of a fish at Top Talent. Maybe we can revisit him taking on Mitch Clark again.
Yeah, I think it's nothing but a pure step up for him. So like it's only going to put him in a higher position and facing. I would love to see him work with Nate. I would love to see him work with Dalton. I would love to see him work with Gabriel, Dean. Like there's so many. I would love to see him work with pretty much everybody in this company. So just please, him versus Ava, I think would be a phenomenal match. So like more white shirt. More white shirt, and I promise, William, I will be wearing a white shirt on December 22nd for your match.
Awesome. Well, moving on from this triple threat match into the next, I believe it was the main event, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Main event. What a match to be able to have the privilege of seeing Charlie Haas versus Mitch Clark. There are almost no words to describe the perfection that was the first at least 5 minutes of this match. They were just almost purely technical. And if you've been listening to anything that Andre and I say on Puresu Review, you will know we love our technical wrestling. We love seeing that education. We love seeing those smart limbs. This match was just... It was like I was watching Charlie Haas from 10, 15 years ago. You wouldn't know that he is the age he is. You wouldn't know that Mitch and him weren't the same age. They kept up with each other so well that I can't praise this match enough. This was the perfect way for them to end the night.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm a huge fan of Charlie Haas going back to his Team Angle days. And like he has Mitch Clark is a pure wrestler / MMA fighter. Like he has a very ground-based attack. It's ground-based style. He relies a lot on his wrestling and his submissions, his kicking game, like the stuff he has perfected over the years that he used in UFC, that he had in his collegiate career. That is what he has always relied on, and it's just made him better and better. And I'm a huge fan of this gentleman. But like Charlie showing just like, I think he's again late 40s, maybe early 50s. I don't know at this point, but he's been around for a long time, and he showed why he can keep up with somebody like Mitch Clark and why he's still good. And I really appreciate the mat wrestling. The crowd, I'll say this, was quiet, but again, not everybody can appreciate the kind of style that they put out. I know we do, but not a lot of people want. So maybe that matchup wasn't for everybody, but I think everybody appreciated what they saw. It just you and me, Eric, Cody, we were cheering, but a lot of the crowd were sitting on their hands. But again, that style doesn't lend well to people getting crazy and excited. But for those of us that truly appreciate this style, we get very excited for it.
100%. And that's something that I have actually noticed, particularly over the COVID time, is that the Edmonton crowd and the Calgary crowd have become a little bit not difficult to please, but it is difficult to get them to make noise. It's not to say that we aren't being entertained, but it is to say that it is difficult to get us to make noise now. And that I really hope that the wrestlers themselves don't take that very personally, because it doesn't say anything about their work per se. It's just that the crowd is just not particularly vocal. Eric, what did you think about this match?
It was like a pretty solid match. It was actually my first time probably seeing Charlie Haas, because Andre, you said he was part of Kurt team. What year was that? Like maybe
2002, 2003, 2004 area. Yeah, I think when you were still a baby, you know, like when you were still in diapers. I was just entering high. I was like early high school when he debuted. I was like grade 9 or 10. So like Eric, you would have been a baby at oldest. So again, I understand for you again, and if you didn't grow up with Charlie Haas, I get it. But you got to admit, he was very, very good in there.
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm even trying to figure out, like, what era, like, what matches I should probably see if he's, like, on any WrestleManias.
I'll send you a list. Don't worry.
Oh, absolutely excited. I have quite a few.
We're like Jericho. We got lists. So overall,
it's a pretty solid match.
Yeah. Awesome. Overall, I felt the show was very, very solid. Based on the shows coming off of the shows in the past, you know, this company has put on a very consistent, high entertainment, high quality show, and we can expect them to keep putting on the shows going forward. Obviously, we mentioned that Masha Slamovich is going to be here. Yeah, but then they also announced Impact champion Josh Alexander is going to be coming to the December 22nd show. Wow. That's going to be not one, but 2 Impact people on one show.
My question is, who's the guy on the left? Because I'm pretty sure it's not the same guy that's facing Gabe that I have a card for. I'm still trying to figure out who the guy on the left is.
Yeah, I can't. I saw his name earlier. I'm sorry, it's slipping me right now. I do know that he is, I believe, a hardcore slash deathmatch kind of wrestler.
ECW, I'm gonna guess then.
I don't really know. We're gonna find out and probably get back to you guys on that when we start to get a little bit closer to the show. We do have 2 months to kind of figure out who this guy is, but then we have the Omen Gabriel facing off against Vinny Massaro. I don't know a lot about Vinny Massaro. I know he was on Lucha Underground for some time. His Instagram right now says that he is a pizza eater and video game player, and I can see it. I can definitely see it. So this will be, I think, an interesting match. He does also have...
His Twitter says he's the Grandmaster of Sicilian Jiu-Jitsu. And the founder of the CIA.
If that was going to be hitting the Omen with his sausage, I might have a problem with that.
Hold on. I got another one. He's the founder of the CIA, the Certified Italian Assassins, #Snug Life. Never mind. Not making fun of the guy. I love it. I love it.
Lord help us. You know what? We got 2 months to figure out who this guy is, and Omen's got 2 months to antagonize him. So I look forward to seeing what they come up with. And also, as I mentioned, Masha Slamovich is going to be taking on Ava Lawless. This is going to be incredible. Masha is one of those unmatched powerhouses in Impact Wrestling. I can't wait to see this match. Ava's going to have her money cut out for her. She's going to have to work really, really hard to hang on to that title going forward. I don't think that this is for the title, but with TY lurking in the shadows with that briefcase, man, you gotta watch her back.
Even in a non-title, if she loses or wins against Masha, she's going to be tired as heck. And TY could capitalize on that.
Absolutely. Eric, you looking forward to this one?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm really looking for the Masha Slamovich versus Ava Lawless. It's going to be a hell of a match. And we're trying to figure out the Japanese headband guy. I'm going to maybe do a prediction. I'm going to say, since we kind of did a little research, he's the kind of like hardcore, like match guy. I'm going to say he might be facing Cutthroat Colton Kelly.
Oh, please give us that Top Talent Wrestling. Oh, yes.
Hashtag yes, cutthroat. Yes, that would be amazing. I would love to see that. I would splurge for the VIP on that.
Me too.
Just putting
For
that
that, I would.
I would splurge on
100%.
that.
But
That could be a heck of a match.
But what looks to be our main event of the evening is going to be Impact Wrestling champion Josh Alexander taking on the man who used to be a very heavy metal, Harlan Abbott.
Hey, Abbott. Didn't I feel like this is a little deja vu. Did we not already see Josh Alexander against heavy metal in RCW recently?
It's very possible. I saw him. I don't think I attended that show. I was at a show out of town that I ring announced where it was Josh Alexander facing Michael Richard Blaze, who was the RCW Canadian champion at the time, and I think he did face Harlan's old persona of heavy metal. At the didn't show the night after. I didn't get to see it personally because
Me neither. So regardless,
but yeah.
Yeah, we know how how Harlan Abbott is able to perform, and we know what Josh Alexander is capable of doing. This is going to be a banger of a match. Eric, what do you think?
Well, like you say, Harlan has been doing amazing since doing this new gimmick as Harlan Abbott. And I'm looking forward to seeing all these new competitors. Like, I've never seen Josh Alexander, never seen Nasha Slavovich. So it's gonna be fun seeing all these new wrestlers who I've never seen before. And that's my 8x10 wrestling autographs.
Eric,
and that's why we support local wrestling, right? To be introduced to new wrestlers.
Yeah, so that's what wrestling's for.
Yeah, exactly. Introducing us to new wrestlers like Kev Von Hees. So that sounds like it brings us to the end of our top talent review and thus the end of our Chop Talk. If you're interested in seeing the Top Talent show in December, you can go to their website, their Facebook. We will put those links in the description box down below. You have a direct link to tickets for them there. Also, don't forget to check out Rogue Energy Drink. They are vegan. They are yummy. We think we're going to get our Shirakawa special coming soon. I checked it this morning. It just crossed the Canadian border. We're almost there, you guys. But if you scan the QR code down there when the banner is gone and use the discount code OLEPODS, you can get 10% off of your order of Rogue Energy Drink there. And also, go ahead, Andre.
Oh, just wanted to. I was just going to mention some on Oregon, but it's all good. You got everything, so.
We also cannot forget over there because I'm not knowing where they. Don't forget to check out our good friend Mike the Ref at Backbreaker Video, where he uploads all of our videos as well as his AEW Sidecast videos, video gaming videos. Go check out what it is that he's watching. I guarantee you, it is worth watching. Also.
Definitely.
And without further ado, I am your Melball. That is your Andre, and this is the Omen fan, Eric. We will see you next time. Adios.